In the summer of 2011, a professional dive team detected an unusual sonar contact. It lay across the seabed, in the far northern reaches of the Baltic Sea. From the moment it was found, the object has resisted every attempt at explanation. What exactly is the Baltic Sea anomaly? The ship's progress to the site was slowed by storms and heavy seas. Finally, at the planned position, tension ran high among the crew. On deck, technicians hurried to deploy the ROV. They knew the weather gave them only a narrow window. Below deck, Peter Lindbergh and Dennis Berg kept their eyes fixed on the sonar screens. Soon, a pair of large shapes came into view. Relief was short-lived. Fuel was low, and a storm was closing in. They might only get one pass over the target. Moments later, word came down. The ROV was in the water. When the operator's screen lit up, the Ocean X team gathered around. Everyone waited for the first clear images. A hush fell over the control room. The depth counter ticked steadily downward. Visibility was poor, the spotlights barely cut the murk. At 70 meters, an outline began to emerge. A circular shape came into focus on the seabed. Then, at 80 meters, everything went wrong. The ROV's compass spun out of control. The video feed cut to black. Efforts to regain contact filled the room with urgency. Crew on deck shouted, the control line was snagged. Then, the feed suddenly returned. On screen appeared what looked like a stone staircase. Other systems failed, rebooted, failed again. The team captured as much detail as they could. No one spoke. Each person lost in their own thoughts. They were no closer to identifying the object. Only more questions remained. Ocean X was not new to discovery. The Swedish team first drew attention in 1992. That year, they located the long-lost wreck of an American B-17 bomber. Years later, they found a sunken schooner. Its cargo, thousands of bottles of champagne and cognac. The hull was auctioned to fund new expeditions. By 2011, they were scanning the Gulf of Boston. That was when the anomaly appeared. A circular object, 200 feet wide, 300 feet below. Beside it, a long trench as if it had slid downhill. The explorers were unprepared to dive and had to turn back. When they studied the images at home, they saw striations, almost like corridors in rooms. The anomaly looked built, not natural. The next year, they returned with better tools. But every sensor failed near the object. Cameras died, batteries drained, sonar jammed. Divers had to rely on simple equipment. They found steps, holes, even a dome protruding. Nearby, rectangular blocks and monoliths lay buried. Some appeared sunk into tunnels below the seabed. Samples revealed basaltic rock, though no volcanoes exist there. The find triggered intense debate. To some, this was proof of alien visitors. To others, evidence of an advanced lost civilization. Most headlines claimed it was a crashed UFO. Circular, with what looked like a cockpit on top. But analysis showed only common minerals. No trace of metal anywhere at the site. Would an advanced species build a craft entirely from stone? Some suggest it was human, perhaps Atlantis or another lost culture. A temple, an ancient structure, nobody knows. Others propose it is far more recent. A secret Nazi project from World War II. Maybe a bunker, or an unfinished anti-shipping weapon. As with many Nazi experiments, truth may be lost to time. Some keep to natural explanations. Perhaps glacial rock moved thousands of years ago. Others suspect an elaborate hoax. Faked sonar images, fabricated reports. Whether natural, man-made, or deception. The anomaly continues to stir speculation. Every investigation brings more mystery. Perhaps one day the truth will surface. But for now, the Baltic Sea anomaly remains an unsolved riddle.